Hey Beirut Buzzers, this is Lynn, and you're listening to Beirut Buzz, the podcast brought to you by Beirut.com. On last week's episode, we talked about ethnomusicology with Sibemal Yunus. So if you'd like to dive into that music world and discover how Sibemal was born with his stage name, make sure to give that episode a listen. Today we're talking fashion. We're talking local and ethical shopping with the founders of Lemonade Fashion, Arthur Bizdikyan and Dana Malab. Hi guys.
Hey,
Hello,
Lynn.
Lynn.
I'm so happy to have you on Beirut Buzz. How are you doing?
Well, I'm doing
Alhamdulillah, all
good.
is great.
I don't know about Dana. I think she's good. Sounds like she's good.
I'm good. And you? How's everything?
All is going well. I had my coffee an hour ago, so هلا I'm so energetic. The caffeine kicked in, يعني هلا, and I'm so ready for this.
That's so good. I came to my office and I tried to make an espresso, and then I noticed that Dana took away my electricity plug yesterday. So that was very disappointing. But I am having matcha, so I think it's fine.
Okay, so before we talk about your successful business, I would like you to introduce yourself to us however you'd like to, as fashionable as you want it to be. So maybe we can start with Dana.
Sure. How are you guys? I hope you're doing absolutely well. Len, we're so happy to be here with you. I'm going to introduce myself quickly. So my name is Dana Malaib. I'm a fashion designer. I studied fashion design at university, and then I did my master's degree in fashion management. I have my own brand. It's Maison Dana Malab. It's a couture brand that I started almost 6 years ago. And in parallel, I was teaching fashion to schools for the UN for Palestinian and Syrian refugees. And I joined Lemonade. I met Arthur actually at one of my shows almost 3 years ago. And it was meant to be. And here we are. I'm the co-founder and the creative director of Lemonade Fashion. I basically handle everything you see related to fashion in the company. And yes, that's it basically.
هلا كمان أكيد we're gonna talk more about how you guys met each other وهيك. So Arthur, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Lynn. It's always good to have the floor. So my name is Arthur, and I'm the co-founder and the CEO of Lemonade Fashion. I actually did not study fashion. I just came into it by accident. But my background was more in environmental and public health, and I spent my career working in innovation and with startups. So that was always a passion of mine. And the fashion thing to me came because nothing fits my chest. So I had to get all of my clothes custom made and tailor made. And yeah, one day the idea of creating a platform that gives people access to designers and tailors online just came to me. And, you know, as they say, the rest was history. So that's what happened.
Mm-hmm. So now that we know about you guys شوي أكتر, خلينا نبلش نحكي عن لمنيد. وقت حدا يفوت على الويب سايت تبع لمنيد فاشن ويقرأ ال About Us section, بيشوف إنه the people who founded this website are here to change fashion. So how does Lemonade Fashion revolutionize the fashion and the shopping industry?
Well, that is a
Arthur?
very good question. Thank you, Dana. So that is a very good question. When we started Lemonade, so like I said earlier, it started out of a need, but we quickly noticed how vast the industry is and how many problems it has. So if you look at the industry, fashion is considered the second most polluting industry in the world. And a big part of that is all of the waste that it generates, because you have about 30% of products that are never sold, and these end up in landfills and incinerators. Plus, if you look at online shopping, you have about 50% of online orders that are usually returned. It's either due to a poor fit or because of a poor quality. along with all the other problems like monopolization. You have the industry is 97% of the industry is owned by the top 20 brands. So when we started Lemonade, we noticed that the mission that we had, which was to give people access to a new type of fashion that is tailor-made for them, that suits their body, that fits them perfectly from the comfort of their home, actually eliminates a lot of these problems. Because when we were working, we started working with local and international designers, but those were all independent designers that actually create their own brands. They have their own tailors. Everything is done ethically, and they do not mass produce. They do not generate any waste. But usually they did it on a small level. They would do it like on the level of their local environment. So we came in and said, let's take this and turn it into a global concept. Let's find the small local designers around the world and give them the platform, the expertise, and the technology to turn them into global designers. And along the way, we can create fashion that generates no waste, fashion that is tailored to fit every body, no matter who they are. And fashion that at the same time is unique, because everything is designer made, everything is art, if you want. And the pricing is still amazing because you don't have that traditional brand markup. I hope that answers your question. I feel like
it did.
I rambled a lot.
حكينا كمان إنه it's a website for independent local and international designers. So how do you discover new talents and labels? I know إنه most of the time maybe they reach out to you, بس إنه كمان how do you discover those talents?
Oh, we're professional stalkers. We stalk people for a living. No, actually, Dana can cover that. That's where she shines.
Yes. So it's true that a lot of designers at this time actually reach out to us to join Lemonade. But we are on a hunt on daily basis to look for talents in different ways. So we research a lot. We look on global scales for local, for international, for upcoming designers who want to sell online, who want to be on e-commerce and don't have the means, or actually have the means but they're محصورين بمحل معين where they sell only in one place. And we just on daily basis, we actually talk to almost 20 to 25 designers. New, upcoming, talented, cool, young. They almost all do ready to wear, and we reach out to them, and it's a curation way because we are very particular in who we want to have on the platform and what type of wear they need to be selling and what type of fashion they have to be doing. They need to fit our ethics, our values, and everything that Lemonade is. So we look at a designer from the category of what they sell first. Let's say they do ready to wear. We check their products one by one. We see what fits and what our customers love best. Then we check if they do any products that have animal products, fur, or any of that we don't accept because we don't do animal product clothing or bags or shoes or whatever on the platform. And then we interview them. We have an interview with them and we check again their line sheets. We ask them to send us samples to the office. We check them again. We make sure the finishing is amazing. The product looks good. It's exactly like it is on the picture. They send us their stuff, they sign a contract, they send us their stuff, and we do shoot content for them. We shoot many types of contents, like editorials, lookbooks, collaborations with influencers, video content, TikTok, Reels, all type of content, and we send the designer their items back. So we don't hold stock. It's every order you place on the platform actually is made to measure. So we do it specifically for you to fit your body type and to fit every single detail or alteration that you actually need.
Mm-hmm. Wow, up to 25 designers per day. And your stalking game is so strong, guys. um,
Yes, we
uh,
stock at scale.
so the made to measure feature on the website, how does this exactly work?
Okay, I'll cover that too since it's a fashion question related, Arthur. Okay, so we have a feature on the website where actually when you go to purchase any item, there's a custom made button. You press it and it asks you a couple questions. There are 5 to 6 questions where we actually get your measurements accurate to 95%. It's a technology that we built, and yeah, that's how it works. So
Okay, so
you
it's pretty
they ask
easy
you
and
add
to use
age,
this feature.
height, and some details. We don't ask. We have a lot. We take we people ask us a lot this question that do we need to add our waist size and our thighs and hips and all of that? No, you don't have to do that. We just you just add age, height, and a couple other questions and visuals actually that help you know your body type and help us know it better and send you something that's custom made.
That's amazing. It seems that you two work so well together as business partners. Like you give off power business partners vibe.
Thank you.
So were you friends before establishing Lemonade Fashion?
We're friends now.
No, we were not friends. We didn't actually know each other back
Yes.
then. It was a very funny coincidence on how Dana and I met. And I don't
How
know if
did
you want
you
to hear
guys
this
meet?
story. Oh, so you really
Yes,
want to hear
of
this
course
story?
we want to hear the story.
Yeah, so I actually met Dana's husband's best friend at Mr. and Mrs. Rashaya a couple of years ago. So I was on a jury panel, and so I met this really cool guy, and then we end up having a lot of fun and becoming friends and so on. And then he tells me, "Oh, my best friend's wife has a very cool brand. She has a fashion show coming up. You should come." And then he talks to Dana and so rudely tells her to invite me to the fashion show. And it's a good thing that she did. I was very fast. I was honestly fascinated when I was there. I was watching the fashion show, and then it was, first of all, it was fully packed, and I saw the previous show. It was not that packed, but her audience was like quality people, like people you actually want to mingle with. It was fully packed. The show was amazing. The clothes were amazing. So I talked to her after the show, and it was funny because when we met afterwards, my initial incentive was to bring Donna in as a designer on the platform. But I like the way she thinks. She was young, she was energetic, and she had that entrepreneurial spirit. And I felt like she would be an amazing fit to the team. And I felt like I could build this company with her. So I told her to join me as the head of the fashion department and to become my co-founder.
Oh.
I feel like I do need to mention, because the other partners are going to kill me, but we do have 2 other co-founders in the team as well. I just have to mention it. And they're also amazing.
Of course. Who are they? Oh, we have to keep their identity anonymous.
No, so we have Muhammad Ali Baidoun. We call him Mo or Momo sometimes, depending on the mood. So Mo is our head of technology. He's the CTO of the company, and he's also a cool guy. So I met him through another friend. He used to work at Google when he was very young. He has a master's from Oxford in computer science.
Wow.
And our fourth co-founder, his name is Nadim Shambas. He is actually quite known. He has a very long resume, so I think it's easier for people to Google him. But long story short, he has about 30 years of experience as a fashion executive around the world. And he works mostly with Dana to put together the fashion strategy and the direction.
So when was the platform launched, and what would you say was the hardest part of launching the platform, especially in a Lebanese market?
Well, we initially came up with the first version of Lemonade. I think it was mid 2018. That's when we actually started working on the platform. But we did do a couple of pivots before launching it. and then our official launch was mid 2020. So yeah, that's when we launched it. And when it comes to difficulties, I think everything is difficult, but at the same time, everything is fun to work on, right? So launching a business is usually harder than expected, because when you come up with an idea, you're like, hey, no, شو بدها, right? I'll just find 2-3 people, we'll build a website, bring in some designers, and the rest happens on its own. But the reality is that building a business is complex. And yeah, so I think, I don't know what the hardest part was. Probably building a strong team, because we wanted to keep our headquarters in Lebanon. So building that strong team here, especially when you have a lot of talent now that is leaving the country. But I think we've been lucky in that field. We have some very, very talented people that work with us. We actually have a couple of people that are coming back to Lebanon now to join our team. So we're very proud to do that. And the team is mostly filled with some of the most amazing women you'll find.
So كمان هذا السؤال شوي حشري. How did you come up with the brand name Lemonade Fashion? And what was the brainstorming session like?
Well, Dana hates the name. Actually, she hated the name.
I hated the name initially. بالأول بس no, I love it now actually. But Arthur has the story around that.
Yeah, so because before Lemonade, I used to work a lot with startups, and I was working in entrepreneurship and so on. And I meditate every day, so I believe in the power of positivity, right? So I consider myself a hopeless optimist. When we were creating Lemonade, I wanted to be the fashion partner of people like us, right? Like people who have a dream, who have a vision, but they're not there yet, because I'm not going to spend $5,000 to $6,000 buying a custom-made suit, right? I want the custom-made suit, but I want to pay something like $300-400 for it. So we wanted to be the fashion partners of people who are on their journey to success. So when we were brainstorming the name, we wanted something that is entrepreneurial and something that also shows positivity, something like Lemonade. And then for an entire week, whenever we were brainstorming, any name that we would come up with, we'd be like, yeah, but it's not Lemonade, that's not Lemonade, that's not Lemonade. And then at the end, we're like, what if we just called it Lemonade Fashion? And then the story is literally that we are the fashion partners of people who are on their journey. Because people like us, life is always giving us lemons. We are always making lemonade, but we want to look good doing it. So that is a bit the story behind the brand.
I personally love the brand name. It sticks in your mind for some reason. Maybe لأنه lemonade وفاشن ما كتير براسنا خصهم ببعض. So I think that's the reason why.
Exactly. We keep telling people we put the moron and oxymoron, right?
So I approve of the name, guys. In one of your latest posts on Instagram, you asked your followers, who do you think understood the assignment at this year's Met Gala? وأكيد حطيتوا pictures from the Met Gala. So I think بدي بلش بدانا. Who do you think understood the assignments at this year's Gala?
I think بلشي وتنهي بدانا with this question.
ليه؟
ما رح أقعد بلش. I know there were a lot of debates and fashion انتقادات ومع وضد وهيك around the Met Gala. It's such a cool event that happens and it's all about fashion and new designers, and people wait for celebrities to see them on red carpets, see شو لابسين وكل هالأخبار. It was a tricky theme I mean, بس I don't want to go into who understood it. بدي أحكي عن part of how we actually shared it on Lemonade and قد إيه إجا feedback عليها. Which was super cool. A couple of celebrities actually understood the theme of the Met Gala, but people were super interested and very intrigued إنه يعرفوا مين لبس شو ليش. They were super actually looking forward to know what happened and why did this celebrity end in this dress. We got out of a lot of stories that we post on daily basis on Instagram, this post got so much engagement and people were super happy to see how like the whole world of fashion is related in a way or another. يعني حتى اللي بده يفوت يشتري from e-commerce and want to buy a simple t-shirt, they want to know what they're missing and على شو كمان عم يتفرجوا. So it was really fantastic on that aspect. وكتير ناس جاوبوا أجوبة صح بلا ما يعرفوا the stories behind the dresses. Like if a celebrity was wearing something that is on the theme, they were like, I think this was the theme, and we researched that, and we had a lot of conversation back and forth with so many young people saying, I like this, I understand why this celebrity did that, but I didn't like her dress. And it was this type of engagement happening on stories, which was amazing. We want to have we want to build this fashion community where people are free to say whatever they want. They're free to dress in whatever way they like it. They can find fashion that fits their bodies, that makes them look beautiful, that feel beautiful. And yeah, this was it.
I love the answer. I love it. Like أخذتنا محل تاني بس إنه it's amazing. Arthur, حتى ما عندك a favorite look from the Met Gala? Not even a favorite look.
I was actually about to ask Dana which were her two favorite themes or looks from the Met Gala. I personally think that they all look beautiful, so I would not want to go there.
Oh, okay. So Dana, what were your two favorite looks?
I saw a lot of comments on Grace's dress from Versace, which I didn't personally like. It's funny, the golden dress that turns into the blue dress. I thought
me neither.
I didn't like it.
I like the idea, but
and I was
like the design.
I was surprised that everyone liked that look. It wasn't my favorite. There are a couple of celebrities that actually wear on theme, like Kendall Jenner with her Prada skirt, and she had a twist on something more modern on the upper part. I like that. I like how Gigi Hadid was wearing this Versace jacket, oversized, very structured, super cool. And yeah, these were looks that I liked actually, and I thought they were kind of extreme but also like on point. So I don't know, I have mixed feelings about so many looks and I liked a lot. I'm not sure it's my choice to wear them on the Met Gala, or that's what I would like go for, but yeah.
What would you wear to the Met Gala, Dana?
Oh, I'm not sure, Arthur. That's a tough question. Hopefully one day when we're there together, we will find it. We'll find out, depending on the theme.
Yeah, we would love to see you guys there. خلونا نطلع شوي من the Met Gala ونرجع على Lemonade Fashion. When someone sees your stories بالoffice, it looks like a very fun environment. So what does a day at the office of Lemonade Fashion look like?
Dana, do you want to take this one?
I can actually. فيني اخذ نص انا ونص انت هيك it'll be fair. So مثل ما بتشوفوا is actually the reality. We have a super cool office vibes. The team is really cool and young and smart and talented and everything good and nice. And we work as a family and as colleagues that want to push each other on daily basis. It's super flexible, it's super cool. One of the most important things that we actually tell people when we're interviewing candidates for any position at Lemonade is that in the company, everyone's heard, and this is a culture or something we would love people to know, that whenever you join Lemonade, you're there to do the change with us, to be the change, to actually give us ideas and give us and come up with initiatives, and they would be heard. We will actually make sure that they will happen. And I think this is this is to me one of the best parts at work and in the environment. And on the other hand, everyone is friends with each other. There are no, like, we don't put rules for when to come to the office and when to leave. It's just a kind of flexible.
Hi Beirut Buzzers, and welcome back to another episode of Beirut Buzz, the podcast brought to you by Beirut.com. اليوم معي guests كتير مهضومين اسمهم جورج دكاش وجورج محفوظ. You might know them as G-Strings, the Lebanese duo who poke fun at the problems we face on the daily through musical parody. جرجة وجرجة. Hi.
Hello.
So what have you been up to? قلتوا لي أنا عم تحضروا حالكم. How was the process like? Breathing exercises, شو تغنوا؟
لا بس كنا بعدنا عم نوعى. وعينا.
that's it. Okay. أنا
أو by now صرنا يعني what we do is basically إنه نحكي. if something is if there's something we're good at هو إنه نحكي basically فصرنا معودين إنه هيدا just to talk. Yeah, basically نكون عم نقر.
اوكي صبحية يعني. أول ما حدا يحضر الفيديوز تبعكم أول شيء بلاحظه هو إنه في كتير chemistry بيناتكم. So خبروني how did you two meet?
نحن we've been friends قلنا قديش 9 سنين نعرف بعضنا
يمكن تقريبا هيك شيء
تقريبا يعني we live يعني عايشين بذات المنطقة حد بعض يعني مش جيران بس إنه عايشين بضيعة حد بعضنا we know each other من وراء just من وراء ال common people اللي بنعرفهم هون من وراء just هيك random events بيصيروا بالضيعة أو شيء
يعني basically we grew up in the same place so
ابن ضيعتي
so هيك بنعرف بعضنا yes just it was يعني a friendship that هلا has been going يعني مثل ما كان عم بيقول for 8-9 years so صار في kind of هالchemistry بيناتنا لأنه كمان شغالين سوا قبل على يعني كنا نحضر على طول قصص مع بعضنا whether هون بقلب الضيعة أو قصص نحن personal أو just هيك معودين نشتغل مع بعض ونكبكب أفكار مع بعض so بعتقد يعني over the years بنت هيدا الكيمستري بيناتنا.
طب كيف طلعت معكم الفكرة إنه تعملوا ميوزيكال بارودي؟
كان جورج مرة قاعد لابس جي سترينج وقلت له إنه يي مهضوم الفكرة
شو رأيك نركب غنية ويلا لا actually ما طلعت الفكرة هيك فجأة يعني هي صارت throughout the years يعني مثل ما كان جورج عم بيقول لك إنه كنا نحضر كتير ايفنتس وكامبس نحن للشباب وصبايا بالضيعة هون وهيك فانه من وراء هود اذا بدك القعدات والسيشنز اللي كنا نحضر فيهم كان يطلع معنا like songs sketches هيك funny stuff ومع الوقت صارت تتطور هيدي السكيل صارت انه اكثر انه لحظة we can do that for a living فينا نستعملها تنعمل منها actually a career وهيك.
هلا for a living is a big word.
بعدنا لهلا
بعتقد هلا we're not even doing it يعني for a living. بس الفكرة يعني مثل ما كان يعني بتعرفي هول الفيدو كان والما بعرف شو هالقصص بالقناة وهيك بلشت هيك قصص يعني. We like to do this هيك for fun. and to entertain هالسمول كراود اللي كان يكون عنا اياه بكامبس او بمشاريع معينه كارمس شو بعرفنا and then قلنا انه we can move this online هيك نجرب just for fun نعمل a page وننزل عليها هيك اغاني بيطلعوا معنا parodies وهيك و it evolved من هونيك يعني
it boomed. So do you remember what was the first song you ever wrote together or what was it about?
actually انه هو اللي صار انه نحن we posted our first video على البيج بأكتوبر 16 2019 just one day before the revolution started بلبنان فنحن منزلين a video teaser عم just هيك مصورين راندوم فيديو يعني، وعلى اساس انه رح نرجع ننزل ريفيلر انه what's the page what's G strings وشو رح نعمل وهيك، لحد ما ولعت الثوره دغري تاني نهار بلبنان. So we were like انه ما قلنا عين ننزل راندوم سونجز وهيك والبلد كله والعالم والعالم على الطريق.
وقتها بعد ما كنا عارفين يعني، فكرنا انه يمكن تكون خبريه جمعه 10 ايام يعني we had no idea what was going to happen. بس انه قلنا انه ما راح ننزل هلا غنيه راندوم عن ما بعرف شو.
we had an idea. We wrote a song تبع Old MacDonald Had a Farm. فطلع معنا just the first sentence كانت بلبنان في مزرعة، وبلشنا نسمي إنه بالمزرعة في أحزاب وهيك. This was I think the first song we wrote على البيج يعني. هيدا أول غنية نزلت لأنه انجبرنا kind of من وراء الثورة إنه نروح دغري على political content.
So political content ما كان أول فكرة عندكم إياها وقت عملتوا البيج؟
لا ما بظن صراحة. ما بعرف أقولك شو كانت الفكرة اللي عنا إياها، بس يمكن we were going
ما كان في
إنه we were going أكتر يمكن towards general stuff. يمكن social قصص general قصص هيك بتضحك بتصير بالديلي لايف، ما بعرف يعني. بعتقد we were going towards هيك شيء، مش قصص هالقد topical. but basically then يعني البلد أخذنا بالdirection اللي هو بده إياها، لأنه everything started happening very fast من وقتها يعني. أكتوبر 2019 والإيفنتس اللي صارت من بعدها and يعني بلشت كثورة وهيك، and بعدين صاروا البرايسز والدولار وهيدا وهيدا and then نطرنا 4-5 أشهر. فبراير 2020 بلشت كوفيد وصار عنا كمان a whole new topic
واصلا نحن وقفنا لفتره يعني. وقفنا هيدا الشهر اللوك داون لانه كل العالم صارت قاعده ببيتها، ونحن ما كان فينا اكشلي نعمل كونتنت.
مزبوط، كان في اول لوك داون اللي كثير قاسي اللي كنا انه عن ليترلي عن جد ما عم نروح عند بعضنا وهيك. فكمان شوي هيدا انا كثير بقول هيدا
فسر شو هيدا.
فلا ما بعتقد البوليتيكال والقصص التوبيكال هالقد كانت هي المين، بس انه eventually هيك مع انه مش كل الكونتنت تبعنا بوليتيكال، بس انه صار في majority.
يعني اصلا you never run out of problems to think about يعني.
الحمد لله.
the Iraq crisis, the education system,
as long as البلد عم
طيب اوكي، احكينا عن the first song that you ever wrote. What was the song that boomed and made you go viral?
كانت ليلة من أدار.
I don't know if you know هيدا الكالت سونج تبع هيك تبع بليلة من أدار، مدري شو اللي صار.
Yes, I've heard it before.
Yes, الديب والقرقور اللي بعده صغيور. فكنا قاعدين عم نحكي وطلعت معنا هالفكرة انه كان وقتها يعني basically
I think COVID وصل على لبنان
بمارس ونحن كنا بس هيدا عملناها حتى بعد أدار يعني يعني عملناها نحن صوب أبريل أو شيء، بس كان انه basically بأدار بأكتر شيء ضربت كوفيد وهيك. فطلعنا بفكرة انه صرنا نعمل ليلة من أدار، وشو صار مع خبرية كوفيد شوي كومبايند مع قصة الوضع بلبنان وهيك، حتى مع الدولار والأسعار وكل شيء. صرنا نركبهم ورا بعضهم، انه اجت طيارة من الصين اللي طلع فيها الوطواط اللي جاب المرض اللي ما هيك، بس قصص تشين ورا بعض، عرفت كيف؟
بس باي ذا واي لما عملنا الغنية نحن we were like انه شو عم نعمل، شو هالغنية اللي عم ننزلها على البيج. no one is gonna relate to it, no one is gonna find it funny يعني. كتير قاعدين عم نحكي على 4 minutes.
Yeah, because it's long، لأنه بتصيري كل مرة تعيد الجملة بتزيد عليها one element يعني. It's like it was a 4-minute song.
We had no idea انه it's gonna boom لحد ما وعينا تاني نهار انه واو اوكي لحظة صار عنا 1000 followers زيادة عن ما كان عنا. The song is booming and people are sending it over WhatsApp.
مي صارت توصلنا لنا يعني على واتساب، عالم تبعت لنا اياها وهيك
يعني. حدا بعت لي اياها لك احضر هون مهضومين. انا انه برو هيدا انا
لا. هلا writing witty and comedic lyrics is very tricky and it takes a lot of time. So كيف بتلاقوا time to do this, especially إنه أنتو your main job ما خصوا بالmusic. So how do you manage to create كمان الفيديوز لأنه حتى filming takes time.
نحن basically we don't find time. We process things under pressure. يعني إذا بدنا let's say we have a show الليلة مثلا على الساعة 9 بتشوفينا على الساعة 6 قاعدين just writing the material, writing the content, writing a new song because why not. We only process under pressure. So إنه عم نلاحظ على حالنا يعني صار لنا سنتين عم نشتغل بهالسنتين ولا مرة كان معنا وقت نشتغل على طول. يعني قبل ما we post the video بنكون بعدنا عاملينه. يعني let's say بنحكي أنا وجورج إنه ليك لازم نعمل content للبيج. أوكي أي متى بدك تشتغل الثلاثة نقعد الثلاثة بنشتغل بننزل الفيديو الثلاثة تشتغلي أول ما يخلص.
which is not the best process.
صحيح.
بس إنه it's working for you.
ما عم نشجع حدا على هيدا
حدا عم
البروسس
يسمعنا برا بليز ما تعملوا مثلنا
لأنه it is stressful وهيك. بس كمان بخصوص السؤال نحن زيادة what helps شوي بهيدا الوقت والتايم مانجمنت إنه اثنيناتنا صحيح عنا شغل تاني بس اثنيناتنا we're freelancers so ما عنا دوام ما عنا دوام ثابت ما عنا انه مكتب وهيك سو بنشتغل شوي على وقتنا يعني في كتير ايام ما بيكون عندي شغل اصلا انا مثلا انا بعمل ترانسليشن جورج بيعمل جرافيك ديزاين سو كتير اوقات هو ما بيكون عنده بروجكت كتير اوقات انا ما بيكون عندي بروجكت سو انه we can كمان find the time to
we're always managing
work for G strings بس انه حتى لما يكون عندنا 4-5 ايام حنشتغل anyway باخر النهار يعني.
صحيح.
وكمان I've seen إنه you've been performing shows with Awkward, the comedy platform at CAD.
Yes.
So when is your upcoming show?
Tonight.
Tonight. Okay. بعد في tickets لليوم؟ ما بعرف.
Not sure actually لأنه اليوم it's like the comedy club night اللي هو بيكون line up of 8 or 9 comedians so بيكون surprise line up يعني العالم ما بيكون عم يعرفوا exactly مين. هلا عم نخبرك exclusively.
Wow.
yeah so usually اليوم بيكون like a full بيكون usually fully booked.
طب when is your next show? هيك بس إن كيس ما نزل البودكاست اليوم نزل بكرة.
We have a show on Tuesday, May 31.
Okay.
Yes. We have a show نحن وماريو مبارك وعماد كعدة. It's called Showcase. So we're performing كل واحد منا 20 to 25 minutes.
كل واحد منهم؟
مش كل واحد منا أنا وجورج يعني.
بطلع أنا بغني بيطلع جورج بيغني زيت القصص بس إنه على طريق
بس بلا جيتار.
Honestly, there's nothing more enjoyable than combining comedy with music. So everyone
Yes,
listening in, go and reserve a seat. وروح اسمعوا G strings عم بيغنوا live. شي مرة تشارعتوا على شيء إنه أوكي في كيمستري بيناتكم بس بحس تتشارعوا كتير قصص. شو الشيء الأكتر شيء تتشارعوا عليه؟
everything.
كل شيء صراحة. It's very hard to be creating ونكون شخصين creating بوجه بعضنا بس كل واحد عنده his point of view إنه بنظره هيدي الشغلة صح. يعني بيكون عنا like two ideas عارفين إنه اثنيناتهم they're good بس إنه خلص في وحدة بدها توصل بالآخر وبدنا نشوف أي وحدة بدها توصل مع إنه اثنيناتهم بيقطعوا اثنيناتهم راح يطلعوا حلوين اثنيناتهم راح يضحكوا بس إنه we're always fighting على هيك just small details ما لها عازة. يعني مثلا ليك هيدي الكلمة هون أحسن لا هيدي أحسن لا هيدي شيء لحط هيدي محلها. It's always إنه
يعني it's mostly it's 90% like هول ال small stupid issues يعني تبع إنه هيدي الكلمة محل هاي الكلمة هيدي ما بعرف فكرة أو هيك اللحن هون مدري كيف يعني هيك قصص شو اسمه بس إنه أيام بتروح يعني بتمد نص ساعة عم نجرب كل واحد يقنع التاني إنه فكرته أحسن.
شو مرة حدا جبر التاني يطلع بفيديو هو ما كان حابب يعمله مثلا جبره يلبس هيدا الشيء you actually posted it on Instagram.
هلا من هاي الناحية ما كتير صايرة إنه هلا يمكن إنه بيطلع حدا مثلا مش عجبته هيدي الغنية أو مثلا a part of the song ما إنه كتير بقبلين فيه او شيء هيك، بس انه ايفنشلي ولا مره عم يطلع كونتنت مش وير نوت يعني نحن ضده ولا مره
ما بظن شي مره نزلنا غنيه ذا هول سونج في حدا ما كان حاسسها لها عازي او راضي عنها او شيء هيك، بس بارت منها بارت من الليركس او من فكره الفيديو او شيء ممكن
definitely بتصير يعني.
Do you customize songs؟ لأنه صراحة your songs are so catchy وكتير بحسهم بيلبقوا for ads. So شي مرة حدا حكاكن for إنه an ad project أو حتى مش ads إنه something else؟
صراحة مرة واحدة يعني. There's a client حكينا مرة بده يعمل song، ما بعرف if you know the client it's California Garden. اللي كان عندهم the one that mean they sing it.
هن بيعملوا ماشي كان
yes
بيعملوا كانز فول وهيك so كان بدهم هي like new يعملوا نيو كامبين وهيك فايه وقت عملنا لهم يعني صورنا فيديو كدعايه وعملنا غنيه وهيك وبعثنا لهم اياها. وحتى في مره هيك بس على سكيل كتير اصغر كمان عملنا لبيج على انستغرام تعمل مثل بتشرج نتفليكس اكاونتس وهيك لما باول
نتفليكس باللبناني
باول فتره الدولار وما حدا في يدفع بس بانك اكاونتس سو كان في بيج بتشرج اكاونتس نتفليكس باللبناني وهيك سو كمان عملنا لهم غنيه لهم طلبوا منا وهيك اشياء يعني. بعتقد هول هن سمول هول هن يعني
you were asking انه ايه we customize ايام اصلا على البيج عنا كان عنا سيجمنت اسمه غنية اليوم، سو كان نعمل اي جيم اللي بيربح نعمل له غنيه له على اسمه او لكن ياخذ فيو ديتيلز عنه هو بنعمل له انه اوريجينال سونج له.
That's so smart.
هيك انه كويك سونج يعني اربع جمل وهيك بس انه يكون هيك منظوم يعني مثل ستوري يعني وهيك بيسكلي انه ايه على عن هيدا الشخص بيكون عاملين شي لعبه وربحانه.
طب انتو as G-Strings do you have any big future plan that we should keep our eyes on?
Yes actually هلا اول شيء نحن as G-Strings we're يعني قد ما فينا هلا we're trying to evolve خصوصي when it comes to shows يعني stand up comedy. يعني the closest goal هلا انه نعمل our basically special show يعني our 1 hour special so يصير عندنا like a full show ساعة نعمله musical وهيك we're on the track of achieving this يعني. صار هلا عندنا like a good يمكن 30 to 40 minutes يعني of ish solid material يعني بدنا بعد نكمل نركب هيدا الكونتنت وهيدا اول يمكن بروجكت هلا عنا اياه انه نصير نعمل to perform our 1 hour special
and we can't wait صراحة.
وفي بروجكت ثاني هلا كمان جورج بيقول عنه هو على جنب يعني مش G-Strings كميوزيكال كوميدي بس نحن كمان we creating it together so هلا بقول عنه
we're basically we created a board game انا وجورج من فتره we designed it وجربناها وهيك بس نام البروجكت هلا we're producing it بالمبدا رح تكون خالصه in like almost 2 months او شيء حسب ما كنا عم نحكي مع التيم اللي عم نشتغل معه. So the game is it's a strategy game عن لبنان عن شوي اذا بدك فيها شوي سياحه انه بنبرم بمناطق لبنانيه بنعمر بلديات جست بنبرم بالبلد نتعرف شوي على شو عنا وشو القصص اللي موجوده فيه مع اكيد قصص بتصير بالديلي لايف عنا بلبنان يعني القصص اللي بتخلينا جست اللي بتقف بوجهنا الحواجز اللي بتطلع بوجهنا وهيك. So we're supposed to be launching the game مفروض حسب ما كنا عم نحكي بالجولاي. هلا اذا كمان بيرجع بيصير شيء بالبلد وبيتاخر بالبرودكشن اتس نوت يعني مش بايدنا الخبريه بس انه this is a project هلا اذا بدك يعني قريب مفروض نخلص منه and then بدنا اكيد نفوكس على other things يعني مثل ما كان عم يحكي جورج 1 hour يعني.
No, that's a fun project, a board game. They're so trendy now. هلا حابة خلي هيدا البودكاست in a special way بما إنه معنا 2 artists. Do you have a guitar next to you by any chance?
Yes.
Amazing. Bravo. You guys are fully prepared. Um, الليرة طلعت على 35 الريت today.
هاي
You have a song about that. So would you like to sing it for us?
هي وحده صراحه عنا كثير اغاني عن الوضع
هي وحده ممكن
Any one you want. Just pick one.
بتعرفي شو بضحك انه في عنا وحده اسمها الدولار صار 2005 وقت عملناها وكنا يعني كان في حاله انهيار بالبلد انه الدولار صار 2005. So like على ال 1 year anniversary تبع هيدي الغنية كان صار الدولار شي 20,000 وقتها أو شي هيك يعني last year. رجعنا هيك صرنا ننزل جملة منها إنه الدولار صار 2005 ونحط هيك كليب نحن عم نفرض ضحك إنه ليك كيف كنا هديك السنة 2005 وعاملين أزمة وعاملين غنية عن الموضوع وهيك. فلازم هاي نعملها like a yearly thing نشوف قد ايه صار الدولار.
قطع الانيفرساري تبعها كانت شي بمارش فانا ما حنلحقها.
طيب.
Yeah, we had this idea like 1 month.
Okay. The stage is yours, guys.
إذا راحوا معك الفريمات وانبريوا الكوليات صف السيارة بالبيت وركع عالبيسيكلات أحسن ما تصلح الدولار. إذا انكسرت شاشة التليفون تعود تشوف الصورة ب100 لون. إذا وقعت وسارت إيدك كل البكي ما بفيدك مين معه يفوت مستشفى يا حمار. طلع بجيب الشمال شوف جيبت اليمين ما في فرق بيناتهم ما اثنيناتهم فاضيين. ما في مصاري صاري بانوا ننهي ياري انا والليرة نزلتنا خطيرة ما حدا قادر يقبض تتشاك كل البنوك عم تنتاك الوضع خربان. ليش في أحلى من لبنان؟ It's not about the money. ليش أصلاً مين معه money؟ أنا والليرة نزلتنا خطيرة. أنا بعد كتشين أنا بعد ببلينج الوضع خربان. ليش في أحلى من لبنان؟ Done.
Joe, please insert claps. I love this song. كان أصعب شيء بحياتي بعمله هلا إنه أحبس ضحكت جوا لأنه I can't mute myself. Anchor. You guys are amazing, Amjad.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining and thank you for making us smile through difficult times.
Thank you.
It was great having you on this episode. ولكل حدا حابب يسمعون ويسمع more songs, you can follow G-Strings on Instagram, gstrings.lb, and on YouTube, G-Strings.lb. For everyone who tuned in, we hope you enjoyed. Follow us for more interviews with local talents. The Beirut Buzz podcast is available on Apple and Google Podcasts, Spotify, and Anchor.